shot themselves in the foot. Like, you're bringing up the most consistent, probably, I think London Docks, probably CTF is probably one of the maps that'll bring out the better team in most cases, especially slang-wise. And I mean, if Enigma 6 is going to beat OpTic, they're going to need like some calling on the sling-wise.
Some miracles.
Well, I love storylines, and this is a bit of a stretch.
Oh,
but
God, here we go.
We know Enigma 6's roster is drastically different than last year, but if you think back to Vegas, in pool play, the biggest surprise was Enigma 6 3-0ing OpTic. That like kicked off the weekend, startled everybody. No one expected it. Yes, they got revenge in bracket play, but I don't know, maybe a little bit more Enigma 6 magic?
That's the one thing I will say. When we have historically seen these two teams play, the games have always been good, right? There's never historically really been a massive blow where you think, oh, okay, well, that kind of went how it should have done by the pay-per-view or by the stats. Enigma 6 is always consistently very, very good at fighting back. But of course, OpTic Gaming, your reigning Call of Duty World Champions. I know coming into this game, Joe, there was a lot of debate over, oh, well, who's going to be the best on the team? Who's going to be the best on the team? It seems like, of course, Damon back feeling good. OpTic Karma, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Crim6 have just been that boots on the ground duo. They're back. They're very confident. I'll say, though, when you talk about OpTic Gaming's early woes last year, it's due to their preparation. This year, it's completely different. All four of those guys are very confident. They've put so much time in preparation for this event.
Of course, there you see on our side stations, Red Reserve versus TK. That one currently going on. That's a 1-0 matchup as well. We'll keep you updated with all of the games currently going on here at the Dallas Open. But for now, it's time for OpTic Gaming versus Enigma 6. Map 1 underway.
All right, Jack, let's get into it. How do you feel? Just looking at it, Arden Forest Hardpoint, do you have to pick this easily for OpTic Gaming?
It's hard to not. Either way, though, this is going to be an awesome series. The first matchup we're seeing from Pool A. Enigma 6 guys they're not scared of OpTic. I can tell you that. We were hanging with them in the Pro Player Lounge. I don't know how I got access to that. Someone messed up. But either way, we're with them. They're saying, you know what, Jack? We're going for a 3-0. That was what Dashy was saying. I was like, Dashy, if you 3-0 OpTic Gaming to start off this weekend, it would be the most surprised thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They're down 20-0 already. OpTic leading this first hill quite handily. Yeah, you've already got Formal with 3 in a row, Crim with 4. And Crim has been just a monster early in this game, and not to knock him at all. He was solid last year as well, but he seems to be in just a phenomenal form here early. He's already 125 off, picking up streaks. That's a big kill from Decimate. OpTic Gaming set up to get, well, full 50 of the 60 on this first hard point. Not a good start if you're... no, not at all. But either way, it's one of those tough things with this first hill. If you get cut off as you're running in towards that hard point by the FGs on the other team, good luck getting there again, because OpTic Gaming, we know how good their AR players are. But you like to see this from E6. They recognize early on that they're not going to be able to break back in. Instead of feeding streaks on over to OpTic Gaming, they rotate, they get in the favorite positions now that they want. And look, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get the full 60 on this hard point to tie up the game. Yeah, now, you know, you don't feed streaks and you're starting to work on some of your own. Decimate's got 5 in a row. So he gets the big kill that shuts down Crim streaks, and now maybe he can get some here for himself. We'll see how close he is. Yeah, just a kill off of picking up some of these big ones. There you go, fighter pilot in. One more. Oh, Crim returns the favor, right? How great is that? OpTic doing a decent job of getting some pressure over, but either way, it's not enough to get through and lock it down. So, first hard point, 51 uncontested points for OpTic Gaming as they go up 51-0. Second hard point, Enigma 6 rotate early. They get OpTic Gaming spawning on that backside of the map, exactly where they want to have them. And look at your score now, 51-46, a 5-second game. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see that, maybe not as much on this map as something like Gibraltar, where you have several money hills, but still, I mean, with back to the boots on the ground, the classic movement, a bit easier to get these early rotations and big holes, but now we'll hop into the sky cam to see the frontal push coming in towards bunker. You see all 4 players trying to hit, 2 players from OpTic Gaming now coming in off spawn. Yeah, and OpTic, they'll have those spawns still locked down. They'll be able to supplement that hill a little bit faster. Either way, it's key for E6 to just get a body inside this hard point. Try to contest, have as little damage be done in that scoreboard, and then set up for the final hill of this first rotation. It looks like they've done just that for the moment, but finally Karma comes on in to swing the trade in OpTic's favor. Still a narrow lead here for OpTic Gaming with 15 left. You'll see everybody starting to rotate and set up here for the final hard point in our first rotation. A couple kills, make it 3 going the way of E6. Nice 2-piece there from Decimate. We'll see if they can keep it going as we rotate out of bunker. And again, props to E6 for hanging close with OpTic Gaming already. They're even in the slang. They're, if anything, I think they're in the lead slightly. Yeah, they now have 3 players positive, a couple more working on streaks again. You still have this fighter pilot ready to go for Decimate. Spawns, though, for OpTic. favoring them right now. I do not think E6 are not ready for this at all. They're going to get caught off guard by this.
And here, one thing to show, this has been sort of a debate between players a little bit. If you go back to Scump for a second real quick, if you take a look at the bottom left, he's actually not going to be running grip on his PPSH. He likes to go with advanced rifling. He thinks he can control this without grip. If you hop over to somebody like Bevels, though, you're going to see them going with quick draw grip as he just drops, so we won't be able to see it. But I think it's interesting, a little bit of a dynamic. He's going to get the edge at range if he's able to control it.
Yeah, no, Pristini, another player who decides to not rock that grip nearly as much on the PPSH. It works for Bevels right there as he gets some nice long-range shots onto Karma.
Just what you're comfortable with.
Rotation coming on in, back towards his first hard point. We've got ourselves a 1-second game on our Dead Forest hard point.
Well, here we go. Pushing as Bevels. Nice shots there onto Scump. General finds one as well. And remember, this was completely and utterly dominated by OpTic Gaming the first time through. This time the setup is going to be Enigma 6. Can they turn the tides even more in their favor now as they've gained the lead and trying to lock him down in cabin? But that's 3 kills towards OpTic Gaming. They break easily. Enigma 6 not able to do what OpTic did the first time through.
Karma started this map, I believe, 2 and 9, trying to now get involved in the slaying. The 2-piece there is the reason why OpTic Gaming are able to flip this control in their favor. Remember the first kill around, they got 51 uncontested seconds here.
You talk a little bit about the slaying. I think it's worth mentioning no one on OpTic Gaming is positive. How often do you see that for them, period, in hardpoint, and much less having a lead? I know it's a very, very narrow lead, and it's going to disappear here in a moment, but still, take a look across. I mean, Dashy going off at 19 and 12, 19-11 for Decimate, but they haven't turned that into much of a lead at all.
No, and I think that's a big point to just how well OpTic held that first hill. 51 seconds came from one hard point. They've had 44 in the 4 hills since. As we move into Skycam again, look at the setup for OpTic. They're trying to worry about both their front and backside. Thankfully, Formal winning that gunfight will cut Bevels off the flank. But a different setup here for OpTic Gaming. Last time Enigma 6 pinned OpTic on that back bridge side. OpTic trying to go for the other side of things. And right now, maybe it does not look like it's working out.
Not at all. And no one's been able to really get top control yet. I think Bevel's trying to push up so he can look down there.
Now they will.
Into the backside ruins. Yeah, if he can get set up, Dashy's going to have a great line of sight. Nice shots there. Picking up Formal.
This could be the moment where we remember where E6 won this map. Winning this rotation now, locking down the setup. They're going to want to hold this side of the map as well. You can already see on your minimap, look at Dashy. He's moving towards the next hill at back bunker, making sure his team has those spawns. Even if they give up these 15 seconds, they'll still have about a 20-second lead. This is where Enigma 6 can really begin to run away with this game, Maven.
And great job by Dashy. Not only did he get the early rotation, he goes back, helps out Decimate mid-map. He's able to pick up a kill, so there's not an instant rotation and flood through mid for OpTic Gaming. And now you've got a fantastic setup here. The question is, can they hold?
You talked about the slaying earlier, how it was close. E6 now outslaying by 22 kills against OpTic Gaming.
Oh, it wasn't close. It hasn't been close really ever. I mean, they've been getting blown out, mostly because Dashy and Decimate have been shredding.
Yeah, but still, it's a winnable game for OpTic. The key thing is that they haven't, even though they're being outslayed by so much, we've only seen one streak, and that was Decimate's earlier on, which was that fighter pilot. I still don't think he's used it. I'm sure we'll check in with him soon. But no, he has, so look. No streaks for E6, even though they're outslaying by 20 kills, and it's only an 8-point game. If you're an OpTic Gaming fan right now, you hope your boys begin to turn up. You hope they win a rotation towards the final hill of the second set. And that's where they really turn on the Jets to show up their true strength and boots on the ground.
Yeah, and I don't think, you know, something we used to be critical of for OpTic Gaming, we're talking back a couple of years at this point, was starting a little bit slow in full play sometimes, right? That's something they were guilty of.
Yeah.
I don't really remember ever feeling that way last year. It's like they almost kind of shook that off. You don't want to start thinking that again about this OpTic Gaming squad. They need to come out with a fire early on Friday, especially with how stacked the pool play is, with how stacked the open bracket is. You got to come out gunning. Still
a 5-point game, folks. This is what it's all about in Call of Duty World War II. Both of these teams fighting for spawns, trying to lock down rotations. The score 145 to 141 in favor of Enigma 6. If you're just watching Call of Duty Esports for the first time, welcome. We're live on MLG.com/Call of Duty. This is the best place to watch the best teams compete, and you're seeing it right now with how close this match currently is.
Well, we know Karma started a bit slow. You mentioned at 2 and 9. He's picked things up, but they have nobody really that's going off and taking over. And is that going to be maybe something that's a little bit, are we seeing a little bit more this year where we saw Scump and Formal just dominate the slaying category pretty much every single time with the advanced movement last year? Are the days of that gone when we're looking at Call of Duty World War II?
They might be. It's too early to call right now. Scump got a beautiful 3-piece. The only player who was able to take him down was actually Formal with a grenade. But folks, it's a 20-second lead for OpTic with all 4 players negative. Last year, it was what? the outslaying team won 90% of hard points or some ridiculous number.
Well,
that
gotta
will
go
be
down
the case here this year.
Absolutely.
If you win the rotations and get the key kills, yes, you can be outslayed, whatever. But as long as you win the couple gunfights on rotation, get the favorable positioning, you can still win games.
Exactly. It's all where last year maybe it's all about effectively trading. Now it's all about positioning.
Yeah.
So far, OpTic Gaming holding a narrow advantage here, but the time ticking.
Another lead change right now, 170 to 170. Enigma 6 now back in the advantage. They do have the sides they want, and here we go. Look at this, smoke grenades coming in. I believe this is from the side of OpTic Gaming. The reason they're using smokes here, Maven, is to cut off the sight line to let Scump get close range with that SMG.
And those are easy wins for him.
He does just that, and look at how Scump's now turning up. He's gone from what, -7, -8 to now even on a 4 streak, and he's about to eclipse 2 minutes in the hill. But Maven, you're pointing it out now, Dashy with 2 streaks.
Yeah, we talked about, you know, the slaying heavy for Enigma 6, but not really any streaks coming their way. They pick up a couple there for Dashy, and now look at Scump. He's very, very close. He's got to play his life.
Fighter pilot.
It would have been nice if they could give him the time.
He has airborne. He doesn't have mountains.
Oh my God, that ends up being massive for Dashy.
Yeah.
So not only does he get the streaks, he takes out Scump, who's so close. Could this be the key moment now to come back here to close out the game?
Dashy is 38 and 21. Can we watch this man, please? Going off right now. We always joke that, you know, he's a jetpacker. He's flying around. His Boots inaugural game is ridiculous against one of the best teams in the world. Almost a minute in the hard point, close to 40 kills, and now he's the reason why his team is about to retake the lead.
Well, think of what we highlighted him for all last year, right? It was him just flying around the map. You know, the pace at which he played was almost unparalleled when he came onto the Call of Duty World League scene last year.
Yeah.
Apparently, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need the movement. He doesn't need that fast pace. He can get it done with the FG, just absolutely dismantling OpTic Gaming. But unfortunately, they're still trailing in the game.
I don't know how this just happened. OpTic were able to send 3 through the middle lane. Thankfully, not too much damage is done as they react quick enough. But that could have been deadly there. OpTic up by about 10 seconds. The rotation. OG when the gunfight's in the back. Again, the middle lane was wide open for E6 that whole time.
And that streak means nothing. I mean, the fighter pilot doesn't turn into much. At least you shut down Scump, right? But that gives you nothing. I mean, you get 1 kill as your entire team drops there setting up that bunker.
Oh, no. E6, what a map you have out of Dashy, and it might mean nothing because they give up the middle lane on this hill. OpTic now just 14 seconds away from taking this map. You got streaks now available for Karma. He's on a 4 streak of his own. 243 to 209, Maven. Will they be able to hold right here? It doesn't appear so as E6 charge on it.
Just need a couple more ticks, but E6 does break in. 3 more points for OpTic Gaming. Streaks, like you mentioned here, for Karma as well. This might be the most kill advantage I've ever seen without getting the actual victory in Hardpoint in the past couple of years.
Oh my goodness, folks. 3 more seconds needed. OpTic in the hill, 248, 249, 250. It was back and forth, through and through, but in the end, OpTic Gaming clutch on up with some big kills at the Bunker Hill to go up 1-0.
OpTic Gaming now 1-0 up in this series. And Ray, I know you were watching that one. That was a very, very strange hardpoint to say the least.
Yeah, no, I kind of what Jack Cliff said. It's been a while that we've actually had a team win a game getting massively outslayed, and if out of anybody, you wouldn't think it's OpTic doing it. I mean, like...
I can't think of... I don't know if you could count on one hand the number of times OpTic was outslayed in a hardpoint last year.
Right.
Much less like that drastically and still getting a victory. That's just, we haven't seen... I would almost say in 3 years, like that's the most the team's been outslayed and got a victory.
Yeah, probably. Let's just ask JP.
I'm making that up entirely, but that's unbelievable. Like you have someone dropping basically 40 and 20 for Dashy, and they're still losing the game.
And like kind of just bringing back to like old days when me and Joe used to team together. This happened a good amount back then. Yeah. Like if a team just has fundamentally the right way of playing a game, slaying only matters so much at certain points. Because if you're getting kills away from the objectives, you're not really meaning anything, especially in a hardpoint where there's no respawn delay. If you kill me and you're not actually getting the position that you should be getting by getting those kills, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, if you're going off and turning into streaks, and those streaks then make the plays for you, sure, then okay, maybe playing a little bit greedy works out for you. But we only saw really 1 set of streaks get earned during all of that. Both get used rather ineffectively down the stretch. So, I mean, if you're going to play, I guess, a little bit selfishly and try and go off like that, you need to at least make the streaks count for you. Get a break, hold a hard point, and it didn't really amount to anything.
To me, that just yells inexperience, honestly. Just the way you outslay that much, you have to be able to close out those games, use those streaks to your advantage. Obviously, you have such great talent on this team, and that's really what we talked about in general. He decided to bring in these young kids because they have so much talent behind them, but you have to be able to close out those games, and you can just tell. OpTic, they look comfortable, but they're not even outslaying.
I think you saw some potential there for Enigma 6, though. I mean, despite getting the loss, like, they played them very tough. They showed they had the talent to kind of hang. It's not an entire loss, I guess, in my book right there.
Well, we'll see if they can fight back, of course, in map 2. Elsewhere in the tournament, though, Bravo Station, Red Reserve versus Team Caliber. I obviously mentioned that that game was going on at the same time on our main stage. We actually have a little bit of a replay of what's been going on, Joe. I know you've been glancing back and forth at that matchup. It's been going pretty quick, though, because I believe it's Red Reserve 2-0 up now in the series. I mean, have these games been close?
Yeah, they've been pretty close. So this first one obviously comes down to this hill, and you can see it's so tight right now. And this Red Reserve team, one of the best teams in Europe for a reason. And TK, what are we going to get out of them? Well, you can see this game number 1 was very close so far. Kenny, sort of that star player for Team Caliber, that new talent that we've been talking about. He's playing very well in this game number 1, but Red Reserve was able to close it out.
And you can see, close game, but I mean, if I'm a Red Reserve player, I've got to think in the back of my head, they already know Splice 3-0'd their first match, too. And they're fighting for the title of best team in Europe. Red Reserve now up 2-0 over what for many say was TK, a top 3 NA team coming in. This is a great start.
But I think, Jack, you know, we did some videos where we were talking about our predictions and stuff, and I think if you looked at a top North American team that we had, I guess, the least faith in, if you were looking sort of at those number 1 seeds, TK was certainly it. Now, have they looked great in the 2Ks? Yes. They've looked strong. We're rooting for them, but we need to see them do it this weekend. Like, you don't have maybe the pedigree recently for a lot of these guys.
It's also like kind of like same thing with Joe was saying, inexperience. Like there's some of these players on that team that haven't been at this level of competition for a while, or just haven't never been there. Yeah, Kenny, like Kevy's kind of a new player, so it's a learning experience for those guys. And like if they can hang and actually show up on LAN, which I'm sure they will eventually, but as a first event when you're playing players like Zero who have experience, who've been around on the highest level for the last couple of years, it's difficult to kind of transfer that online play to a different environment.
Well, Red Reserve 2-0 up in that matchup. We'll keep you updated with how things go. For now, though, it's back to our main stage matchup. OpTic Gaming 1-0 up versus Enigma 6.
Well, Jack, I believe Seth said to us on Thursday evening that OpTic Gaming was currently the best search and destroy team in the world.
I don't remember that. You might have made that up, but either way, I'll trust it, I guess.
I believe he said it.
Okay.
He doesn't lack confidence.
That is the least faith I've ever had. It's a quote from someone at an event. One thing to keep watch on USS Texas, as I like to call it, General. He's going to be sniping here. Sniper's so good at watching the crosses to bomb. That's how a lot of teams will set up on defense. Just ensure that a team cannot cross to a bomb without being able to react accordingly, whether that's grenade it, whether that's challenge it via a gunfight. Great stuff from General there to give Enigma 6 a number advantage.
Well, you got a 2v3 here with just over 30 seconds on the clock. We'll see what Formal and Crim 6 are able to do. Formal's going to be your bomb carrier. Crim trying to peek into their top window. He knows he's got one up, but that's a tough gunfight to take. He's going to back down for the time being. Maybe went on Formal to make a play, but Dashy is going to cut him down. 3 players for Enigma 6. So little time left. Crim's in trouble.
Yeah, this round is now done. You should see someone just begin to kind of sprint away. It looks like Dashy will be the one. Great stuff from him to go up 1-0 over OpTic Gaming in this search and destroy.
And like you mentioned, you know, it's that opening pick. General able to give it the sniper rifle. We've seen some teams talk about using 2 snipers, like you mentioned, one looking over A, one looking over B, just holding those crosses.
Yeah.
Interested to see, you know, if the sniper's going to come out, maybe multiple on the side of OpTic Gaming here.
It's great to see.
Defense.
So much S&D talent on this team. This is where you expect them to show off. Immediately, they got aggressive towards OpTic's top window last time. That's more of a play we see on the team on defense. Not sure if they're going to do it now on offense, which it doesn't look like they will. Karma getting in that unique spot with the sniper. You jump on a ledge, which lets you spot over that A-bomb, and he picks General immediately in round 2.
So what? Basically exactly what we saw from Enigma 6 in the first round. Opening pick with the sniper, Scump then in mid, dominating with the PPSH, picks up 2.
And right there, if you're wondering how Scump just did that, he immediately hits that top window. Picks up the 2-piece, it collapses just like that. Bevel's hand is forced to challenge something, and Crim 6 with that cover where only his head can be seen with the FG. That's a gunfight you're not winning if you're Bevels.
Yeah, and you know, by somebody getting picked early and the rotation coming in, Crim's able to basically sneak the entire way up that B lane and get eyes. Now let's see, it's so far both defensive teams holding. Who's going to be able to get that first one on offense?
Karma again should have the sniper. This will be the battle the entire game. Oh, General gets the hit marker! And Karma
Oh, General's pissed.
pays it forward there as Karma, you're not going to get a hit marker when you can only see his chest and up.
Nice shots there by Scump to line one more up. It's very quickly a 1v4. Can decimate.
And
Work a little bit of magic here.
both times now, Maven, when the sniper gets the first blood, it frees up the rest of the team to surge forward. They have peace of mind knowing they're not going to get ripped as they move forward the map by a sniper. Both times when Karma gets the snipe with that, at the start of the round, OpTic Gaming winds up winning.
And like you said, that's going to be a battle you're going to watch throughout this. And that's just tough. You know, you like it. It's just the confidence of Karma to kind of jump across there, which forces kind of the hit marker, right?
Yep.
If he doesn't go flying out, General probably lines that up and gets the easy kill as he beats him to the spot. But it's Karma showing us why he is a 3-time champion. And OpTic Gaming now with a 2-1 advantage.
This is a more standard play on offense on this map. You kind of begin to pressure towards the A site. Karma again with the sniper. You're going to see this every single round. Drops that tactical near the site, trying to watch this A cross again. This is that cross to the bomb right there. Look, he gets aggressive for a second. He goes, wait, I have a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Back.
We don't need to hold the cross from 10 feet away, but it's a bloodbath there in the top window. The trades end up going the way of Enigma 6 for just a moment. 1 versus 1. Krim pistol out, but General's gotten away with his life.
I love this from General, too. He's just going to immediately run away, get this objective down. 1 versus 1. General versus Crim6. To see who can take this round.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not going to get to cover in time. He's holding that angle, sure, but he's completely open. But now that he's gotten away, Krim in such a tough spot here.
Yeah, and Krim knows it. He's got to challenge quick. Is he exposed to this top window? Does he have any idea where Krim is right now? Oh, he just broke his legs.
Yep.
He just jumped and broke his legs.
Yes,
And look, General knows exactly that.
No need to check bomb. Perfect play. Just sit there. Go ahead and get the kill. Not going to be able to get over in time.
Nope.
Or does he?
No.
Nah, okay.
No way.
Well, yeah, that's perfect. You know, he hears him break his legs. If you're wondering why he's maybe just crouching there, it's all the information you need. You know he's coming out the top window or coming from the A side. You don't have to check bomb. Perfect job just crouching. Those couple extra seconds. Had he not done that, maybe gets picked quickly. Krim's got a chance maybe to get the bomb, but just heads up play there from General.
Nice stuff from General to get his team that round victory. It got sketchy there for a moment. I'm standing next to Rambo Ray, and he's watching General try to challenge Krim for a second, where Krim's got that perfect cover, and Ray just started laughing, but thankfully he got away with his life.
Exactly. It's like, yes, you're holding that angle, but like you need to get to cover first.
Yeah.
He almost gets fried there. Thankfully, the timing ended up being just enough in his favor that he got behind the block.
What do OpTic Gaming do here on offense? They try to get bottom ship control, dashing with first blood. 40+ kills in map 1, now leading his team in game 2. Oh no, Crim6. Someone check his aim assist.
I mean, Bevels comes in and helps, but it didn't seem that Krim was able to get on him at all with any of those bullets. Wild shots, and now Karma by his lonesome, and he's picked up as he tries to push there to bottom middle. Bevels opens it up and closes it.
Will Bevels get a streak off of this? No, not yet. Okay. Still quite far away. Either way, so here's the change I want to see now for Enigma 6 in this next round. Scump has been playing aggressive with Mountain, getting into their top window and catching them off guard. Each time he's done it so far, he's at least gotten 1 kill. I want to see them react accordingly here, get their top window control, shut down Scump, and stop that quick flank opportunity for OpTic Gaming.
Well, let's see if they're going to adapt here, or if they, set it up through their top window, or maybe send a couple bottom mid to deal with him. But Dashy will have a sniper right now watching the cross. As General put it away for now, it appears so.
Quick little shoulder peek here from General, just trying to spot over this B lane. We can possibly swap this Scump really quick.
Yeah, I think he's already...
So look, he's furthest pushed up. He will always be the front line for OpTic Gaming near this bottom ship or top window side.
We'll spot one, just playing his life down low. Krim's here with him. See if they might, I don't know, maybe try to force into that top window together, but so far just kind of holding down low. The pressure all on Enigma 6 to get this bomb down.
Oh, that's questionable.
And Scump as he peeks. I mean, Decimate saw him the first time through, right? He's able to line that up, and it's such a quick kill with the FG.
But look at how patient they start this round off. OpTic had been getting aggressive towards their side. They wait. Scump gets a little bit over-eager with that challenge and pays the ultimate price there, as Enigma 6 might win their first offensive round of this game.
And that could be everything, right? With how this round has been going, or how this game has been going. Getting that offensive victory. huge in turning the tides in their favor. Under 30 seconds now left to work with. Crim and Karma trying to clutch up in a 2 versus 3. Gives himself a chance, but not enough left in the clip. And that's one of those things with the FG. Yes, it's powerful. With only 20 bullets in the clip, you run into that position sometimes. I think he shot it through his legs there.
Yeah, right. Nice job by E6 winning that round. Beautiful first blood from Decimate. He just waits and waits and waits for Scump to challenge at bottom ship. And again, one thing that submachine gun players know all and well in this game, everyone watching online, I'm sure you had your fair amount of times where you go to challenge a gunfight and someone's just got that FG42 holding the angle and you are just eliminated from the map quite quickly.
It actually, like, it shocks me sometimes how fast it'll kill me, especially if somebody snaps and like hits a hip fire bullet as they're scoping in. You are just fried. But now, OpTic Gaming gonna have to do what you just saw at Enigma 6 do, and that's get a win on the offensive end of things. Can they do it, Jack?
See what they can do. Karma in this bottom shift spots Dashy. Watching over this lower lane. Formal looks like he'll be the one to try to help supplement this push with the FG42. They don't know the Dash push forward though. First blood for Crypsix.
Yeah, and we'll do this, you know, Teep and I, we play on that B side all the time. He works up to get that plant down. I look over him towards bottom middle. I just don't do nearly as good of a job as I was going to say Formal's likely going to do. But just as we take a look at it, we swap to the other side for just a moment, and suddenly he's all by himself. Enigma 6 has now strung 3 rounds together.
Dashy, 8 and 3, a 4 streak now as well. What a series that man's had.
I don't think he's feeling the pressure of playing OpTic Gaming on the main stage at all right now.
Not at all. You got to remember, he's one that kind of made that transition in last year's CWL season. He's had a few events with kind of the spotlight on him under his belt now, and it's probably helped ease his nerves coming into this first Call of Duty World War II event.
And like you said, we chatted with the guys in the back a little bit before this, but I didn't get the feeling that there were any nerves really at all. And as you take a look here for Bevels, he's got a couple of streaks to work with. See if he can put them to good use.
Oh my goodness, and Dashy takes out the sniper himself to be the equalizer to shut down Karma. Karma now 2 and 6. He started off the game 2 and 1, 5 straight deaths since.
But I mean, I think we would say this is a must-win map certainly for Enigma 6. So after the game 1, they had to come in here and take the search and destroy. Looking very good thus far. Dashy's streak will end at 5 as he's going to drop 3v3 now. Decimate, nice nade there into the top window. Bevel was able to flank in top as well. He's got all the streaks to work with. So it was a 5 streak for Dashy, 6 now for Bevels, 3 in a row for Decimate. I mean, these last 3 rounds have been so lopsided for Enigma 6. I mean, OpTic's just struggling to find a kill or two on the map.
E6, smoke OpTic Gaming in that search and destroy, winning 6-2. The Young Guns and Bevels, Decimate, and Dashy dominate right there. To win the round, they react accordingly and shut down Scump in that top window over and over. So that means we got ourselves a series, folks. 1-1 between E6 and OpTic Gaming. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is day 1 of the CWL Dallas Open. It's the first event of the Call of Duty World War II season. Tweet out the stream, get your friends and family in here. We got action all day live on MLG.com/Call of Duty. We're just getting started, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League Dallas Open. Clint, you're such a beautiful man. We just have to show your face.
I saw that in the corner of my eye. I was like, that's me.
Yeah, it is. You're a beautiful man.
Oh, you're welcome.
Of course, on main stage, OpTic Gaming versus E6. That's the series we've been watching. I do want to talk a little bit about that one. I know Ray, Merc, you guys were watching a little bit as you were watching the other games going on here as well at the Dallas Open. Search and Destroy, though, 6-2 E6, Joe. That was a good result for the Enigma 6 boys.
Absolutely, and really, if you look at game number 1, they probably should have won that based off of the slaying power, but OpTic Gaming, they were able to put it together. But as Clint said, OpTic believes they're the best search team in the world. Not sure if that's so true anymore, but Enigma 6, they're handling business.
And what's really interesting is when we went through the veto process, you said USS Texas, that's probably a very, very good map for E6, and it paid out that way.
Exactly, and as we talked about also about the veto, now they get to play that second hardpoint game that they actually maybe stand a better chance to win in, especially seeing them outslay. I mean, we've got to see CTF first, but I think I'm looking forward for E6. I'd be pretty hyped about them right now if I was in their team.
I saw something too I wanted to mention. Somebody added me on a tweet from, I think it was like November 22nd, so a couple weeks back. It was Crim saying, only against E6 can they drop multiple 40 bombs with our entire team going negative, and still they'll lose by 100 points in hardpoint. So it's kind of funny. He tweeted that a couple weeks ago. That's basically exactly what happens here in game 1 to kick things off. So it appears that might be a little bit of a flaw for this young team right now, like you were talking.
Still an issue.
Potentially, yes. Well, definitely, that's for sure. As we said, OpTic Gaming versus E6. The series currently tied at 1-1. We now head over to CTF London Docks to see who will give himself an advantage in the series.
Here we go. OpTic Gaming trying to bounce back after the tough search and destroy on USSS. How many S's was that? USSS Texas.
Okay, that is not the map name. As we are here on the London Docks, probably the fan favorite map here at Call of Duty World War II. CTF is the game mode we're going to be playing in game 3. As Enigma 6 did tie this up 1-1. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is the $200,000 Call of Duty World League Dallas Open, presented by PS4. OpTic Gaming are Call of Duty World League champions last year in the IW season, looking to start the year off hot with a great victory here over E6, but right now E6 giving a hell of a fight.
Yeah, and most of you know when we came into the year, you know, there was, we weren't sure, was it going to be Gridiron, was it going to be CTF? You know, we were waiting on kind of that V1 rule set as the flag does come out now for OpTic Gaming, but I think one of the teams that was the most vocal about CTF and how it would play, I think, was OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and most certainly were, and right now, you can see Formal just came off that spawn, was a little bit late in being able to cover that cold room push. Thankfully, though, Karma is able to just dive across, capture that flag, and just 1 minute and 15 seconds in, OpTic Gaming's already up 1-0. They've covered their base, and they're set up to now hold this early lead inside 1.
I think you're seeing early why they preferred CTF so much, is they strike very quickly. Couple down, though, for OpTic as Formal's trying to hold this lower dock lane. I think the number 1 on the minimap, Scump, is trying to rotate into top middle as he finds a kill as well. And now he's not really sneaking through the cracks, but he's got through the cracks a bit here.
He's got a loud class on, though, so they should hear him if they crank their headsets on up. They know he's here. General comes back to help cut him on down. Now, one thing I do want to point out, Maven, is the players in CTF, for folks at home who are now just getting into competitive Call of Duty, you're wondering, you know, CTF, how do they call out? How do they always have such map positioning? They know if they have to watch their flank or not. These guys bring up their scoreboard a lot in CTF. They call out who's dead, who they're missing, where they last saw players. OpTic are one of the best teams in the world at recognizing when they've got to cover a lane, mainly due in part to the vocal leadership of Karma alongside Scump on this team to ensure there's no holes in their setup.
Yeah, I was talking to Clay a little bit about CTF, and he said, you know, earlier on in the first couple of 2Ks, he was actually able to sneak through a decent amount. It didn't seem to him like teams were doing a good job of actually calling out numbers, you know, 3 dead, 4 dead, somebody's missing. But the more these 2Ks have gone on, it's gotten a lot harder. He hasn't been able to sneak through nearly as much.
But I also think a big part of that, Maven, is the change in respawn delay. Now going from 5 seconds to 7.5, you've got much more breathing room to recognize, hey, this guy's missing. This guy just came off spawn. Instead of, you know, someone being able to supplement a push 3 seconds quicker almost, they know that little bit of timing window where you can kind of reset, get focused on up. Right now, OpTic know, hey, we need to find out where Dashy is. He's now shooting at that middle map Stashu. He gets cut down, and OpTic, you're going to see them all just sprint on forward. Look at the arrows on the map. They know they've at least pushed back the center map positioning, everyone coming off spawn as they go on the offensive again.
And another thing, you know, we've heard, what we've seen really in these 2Ks is how easy it can be to pick up these crucial streaks. What is it? You get a flag pull and a couple of kills there, and you're basically fully streaked out. And they can be monumental in a game mode where each kill is that much more important, is a bit more slower pace. These streaks could be crucial down the end.
Look at this.
And
look, here's an example, right, of where Enigma 6, they miscommunicate. Formal now gets in behind. He pulls the flag, and instead of them rotating back, they're going 100% all out on getting a flag pull of their own. Karma gets 2. They now decimates the only player alive on this side of the map. It's going to be Crim's job to try to cut off this push with the flag through this side room area, but he doesn't get it.
He tried to rotate over. Yeah, Bevel's able to pick him up mid-map. And I think what's scary for Enigma 6, we talked about maybe a lack of discipline hurt them in a hard point. I think that's going to be the most glaring issue in something like CTF, right? Where just missed comms or a little bit of not enough patience for your side to really, really punish you. But getting in their face right now is going to be Dashy and General. General tries to get through, but Formal gets a couple of kills. He should have streaks. Can we check real quick for Formal?
Oh. Karma's also,
see. Oh, he's very close.
Yeah, Karma gets the kill on the flag. There's the return, the capture, and look at that from Formal. Only 3 kills, but he's only 1 more engagement off of earning full streaks due to that flag capture. It's a very hot topic in the community right now. What a start from OpTic Gaming, but as I say that, they finally go 4 dead.
20 seconds left here. They're going to get a flag pull out, but nothing they can do.
Nope.
Scump holding the back line. And I don't know. If I was going to pick one map in this series that I thought was basically unwinnable for Enigma 6, I likely would have picked the CTF. So not shocked to see the half go that way for OpTic.
No, not at all. If you're a Green Wall fan, you've got to love to see that. Honestly, not kidding. In this entire series, this is the first time where OpTic Gaming have looked in control of the map. Remember, though, there is the extra time in CTF if they do pull at the end of that. OpTic wind up getting the return almost instantly, so no damage done at the end of that round.
And one more thing to mention, if you missed it earlier in the broadcast, but Game 4 is going to be hardpoint on St. Marie, and that's the one matchup where Enigma 6, at least in their scrims leading into this versus OpTic Gaming, that's when they were able to take against them consistently. So you get a win here for OpTic. Maybe we're seeing the Game 5 in this series.
Now heading into side number 2, it's E6. We're going to have to make the comeback happen. As I mean, honestly, they had 1 standoff, and that's about it for how good they've looked in this one. Dashy quieting down a little bit right now, only 7-9 in this CTF. That's a gunfight you're never going to win if you're General.
And one thing to keep an eye on, too, is going to be the classes here from the Enigma 6 players. Sometimes you'll see Mountain, maybe if you're trying to make a sneak play or if you know the other team has streaks. I think as we were going through everyone, I didn't see any Mountain classes, so that bodes very well for using these streaks.
This is capture from OpTic Gaming. Simple as that. They sprint in, they get front beer control. Scump engages the player with the AR who is watching lower docks. Formal now with 2 streaks. OpTic have, what, 4 streaks available now to use in this one? I mean, this is going to get out of hand quick.
Well, let's see what Formal's able to do here from lower docks. Pre-aims the edge and takes out Dashy. He's won his side, now needs a little help from his teammates, maybe through mid. I believe that's Karma that was trying to get in there to front beer, but gets taken out. It's almost like they're not worrying about Formal or waiting for a player to come off spawn to deal with him, but he's going to come in behind here, and he should have a free kill.
Yeah, and we've seen this a couple times, where Formal's just gotten into their base and wreaked havoc in this game.
Well, they knew he got the kill on the dock side. They just didn't rotate or try to deal with it at all.
But look, him being this far pushed up is letting OpTic just get full map positioning. Scump is just flying into Cole. Yes, they finally do both die, but it's Enigma 6 that are down 3 captures, Maven. They're the ones that have to get on the offensive, and so far, they've had 90 straight seconds of playing defense.
And what's the problem, too? Once they try to get on the offensive and maybe I try to play a little bit faster than they'd like to, that's where OpTic Gaming could really find even more cracks kind of in this defense. But Decimate now as he pushes through lower docks with a couple in front. Nice 2-piece there. Swaps to the pistol. 1 more in the back. That's not a gunfight you're likely going to win, but he's got some help.
If I'm OpTic here, I don't even think I streak this. Because you have no, don't even use a streak. Don't even waste it. The question, though, is can they get another flag pulled in this push? They've got 2 players here. Decimate not able to stay alive while General flanks, and that's huge. If General was there a couple seconds earlier, they would have had a great pinch, a free 2-piece, and potential for another flag pull. Do OpTic give up a flag cap? Yes, but they don't make the mistake of using any of their streaks, and now they can reset up in the map to cover all these lanes.
And that cap by Enigma 6, and while the attempt at the second gave up a lot of map control here. One is, I think, tried to sneak through, but I believe he was heard. That was General in the bottom dock. Scump sniffed it out and able to pick him up. Now there's so much pressure here at home. Scump gonna grab it, gets picked up right as he tries to get back in, but Formal gonna go ahead and put the glide bomb into this, connects with the final in the back, but also his teammates drop at the same time, so you can't really combine a flag pull there with that streak use.
That was big from General, too, because if Formal actually wins that gunfight, the flag is still in beer, and he's able to just grab it and try to get away with his life. But by General, even resetting it back those 10 steps, lets his teammate who's coming off spawn prepare to engage that flag if Formal did wind up staying alive to go for that run. Smart stuff there. 2 minutes left. E6 still down by 2.
Krim still set up here in an aggressive position. He's got a flag pull out. There's somebody that's going to be, I believe, Dashy all the way on the OpTic Gaming side, so he'll at least be able to probably pull a flag here or be sneaky and try and make a play on the return. Can he get it done? He finds a kill. He's going to get the flag pull as well. This could be a huge moment right now for Enigma 6 if they can turn this into another score. He has one teammate that spawned into lower docks, may be able to assist him in a moment. That's going to be General, but as he gets dropped, General has to make a play, and Scump guns both. But that could result in the dagger if they get this in.
No, he's got shot in the back. Krim is trying to stop them from running towards his flag. They will get the return. They will grab it yet again. Look, this is so smart. This is so smart from Bevels. He pushes into fire, challenges the gunfight with the help of General. E6 might be able to get the second capture to bring the game within reach.
Here we go. You thought OpTic maybe had the defensive play in mid, but still another cap in. 60 seconds left. 3-2 lead, and he's got some help on the backside. There's still one more there. That's Decimate still trying to hold on and make a play. The final player from OpTic will drop as well. Really, the whole team from OpTic now coming off a spawn. But Enigma 6 has to get forward. Do you have anything left from Formal? Does he still have a fighter pilot?
I believe they used both. They used both. They used it to try to stop that flag capture in middle. Flag now pulled though. OpTic Gaming sprinting this one on out. Scump's there to help as well. I think they should be able to bring this one through. That's it. OpTic, great job there, overextending, pulling that flag and running it towards lower docks. E6 with no streaks at their disposal, have nobody near for this stop. And that should do it for this game, maybe to put OpTic Gaming up 2-1 in our best of 5.
Still, Enigma 6 plays them tough. They bring it within a couple of caps. You thought it might get blown wide open after the first half, but that is a 2-1 advantage for OpTic Gaming. Solid stuff there to take control of the series.
There you have it, the final couple seconds ticking on through. OG up 2-1. When we come back, we'll head on over to Hardpoint on St. Marie. Don't go anywhere.